All right, let's go out to Spearfish, South Dakota, one of my favorite places on the planet to visit. I've never been there. Let's go to Michael. Hey, Michael, what's up?
Oh, not much. Just watching the snowfall.
That's amazing. It's like 108 degrees here in Nashville. Good for you, man.
Is it? It's like 23 degrees here today.
No, it's probably 30 here. It's still pretty chilly. Hey, tell me about Spearfish.
Pretty, not necessarily secluded. Probably about 14,000 people, just kind of in the hills. It's a very pretty area if you've never been out here before.
It's probably staggering how beautiful it is, huh?
Yeah, it's a place to visit for sure.
That's amazing. All right, I'm going to put it on my list. I like to go to places with really cool names, and Spearfish just sounds rad. All right, so what's up, brother? How can I help?
So I've been dating a girl for about 7 months now, and her and her daughter just moved in to the house for like 4.5 months ago. And it wasn't.
Hold on, the way you presented that was incredible.
Yeah.
So we've been dating for 7.5 months, and they just moved in 4.5 months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal on how it happened. It was like a last minute, like, hey, my place is available kind of a thing. And her daughter is with her.
How old is her daughter?
8 years old.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out how to navigate those waters to be the best figure that I can be. And I don't know how. I didn't grow up in a loving family home.
Okay.
And I don't know how to navigate like the step parent role.
Yeah.
At all.
I think the first key to your question is to become an actual step parent, because right now y'all are playing house.
Yeah.
And I mean that not in a disrespectful way, but like, dude, you're just a boyfriend. And
right.
y'all been together. You haven't been together a year. You've only been living together for a few months, and here's this sweet 8-year-old.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Where's her dad?
Well, her real dad is across the state that they are moving to. That's the reason why they moved in, is because the place they were living at, they were no longer able to live at. And they tried to go through income-based housing, but it took them so long to get the paperwork through that the lease that she would have had to have signed, it didn't work out anymore. Like,
okay.
She would have had to have been there for a year, and she was moving in 4 months.
Okay. So I think the greatest gift you could give this kid right now is not the illusion that you're her dad. You're a guy that helped out a divorcee, and you helped out a single mom and a young child in a moment of need.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
For a kid, that father figure role is really, really important. And it's what kids they anchor themselves into. And that's the part about divorce that's become so commonplace these days, and people don't understand. Kids anchor in. They bang, bang, bang these steel rods into bedrock. And when those things break, and that's their parents. And when those things break, man, it's just untethering. And so what I wouldn't want to get into with this 8-year-old is this weird, I like this guy, my mom likes this guy, he makes me happy, but I can't like him too much because then I'm betraying my dad, even though my dad left us, and it just becomes a big mess. I think the greatest gift you can give this kid is high stability. And high, make it a point, make it your daily mission to bring light and joy into every doorway you enter.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And she's kind of noticed, like, I do cold plunges and stuff in the morning. And she is like picking on like the things that I do every day.
Yeah.
Because she asks me why I do things I don't want to do.
And I think having like what you're doing is you're giving you're showing her consistency, you're showing her discipline. But I would be weary of getting into the life lesson roles. Like, I'm your dad, I'm going to teach you how to do hard things. You're just not there yet.
Okay.
And I think but keep doing your thing. And when she asks, why do you get in that freezing cold water? You can walk through, like, it makes me feel good. And it's a scary, hard thing that I make myself do because lots of life is scary, hard things. And what you're creating is a slow, thin layer by thin layer, a new foundation.
Okay.
Is that ringing true?
Yeah. A lot of that is ringing true.
Also, bro, honor her mom.
Yeah, I love her mom to death.
I know you do, but I'm not saying love her. I'm saying, I mean, you need to do that, obviously, but honor her.
Yeah.
Show this little 8-year-old girl what love could look like.
Okay.
Because she doesn't have a picture of it in her head. She has her body. She has a nervous system that's dealt with screaming and yelling and disappearing dad and all sorts of stuff.
So, is that going to take time to like get through to her, or is that something that
it will take years and years and years and years?
Okay.
Right. So it's kind of like you've just decided, I want to get a body like Lane Norton. I just want to look like that guy. Well, cool. You just started a 20-year journey. I want to look like Adam from Mind Pump. And you're like, cool. 20 years from now, you'll be that jacked. And it's just going to be going to the gym every day and eating right for a long, long time. Similar, you're not going to flip a switch. There's not a speech you're going to give to this 8-year-old and she's going to be like, oh, you're the dad I didn't have. That's not going to happen that way. It's going to be a back and forth, and there's going to be a haunting question that chases this little girl around for a long time, which is, why did my daddy leave me? What did I do? And you can't answer that. What you can do is provide another picture. And over time, that picture becomes home base, becomes safe. And guys notoriously suck at this because we want to go in and fix the problem on the engine, and so the car will run. And that's not how this is going to work. This is going to be showing up and showing up and showing up. And I hate you, and you're not my dad. And I'm really glad that you're here. And then you go in your room and you shut the door and you're like, oh, she hates me. I can't believe it. But we're going to continue to plug in and plug in and plug in. And I would avoid if your wife's, your girlfriend is like giving you discipline type. I'm not doing that. It's not my job.
Okay.
That's mom's job. You don't want to get, because that's going to come.
What I was trying to figure out is like boundaries and stuff too, is because it just seems like extra harsh if I do it.
That's exactly right. That's not your role. That's her mom's role right now. You are just and I'm saying this crass on purpose and I know you're like, no, bro, we're the toast of the town of Spearfish. But like, you're just a dude, like 4 months.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
It's just, and I don't mean that ugly, but like, dude, y'all got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And y'all can love each other and she can find safety and security in you. Working on yourself, like continuing to exercise, make breakfast for the family, park your car in the driveway and take 30 seconds to breathe and consciously say to yourself, I'm going to walk in this house and the whole place is going to light up. I am going to walk into this house and the whole freaking place is going to light up. And I just want her to begin to associate this guy with joy and safety.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a UPS driver.
Okay. So you get home tired, grumpy. You're you're in South Dakota. You're having to drive through 40 feet of snow up a hill, drop one like little package off. Like you have to do whatever it takes for you to do. I got to stop at the gym. I got to go get a cup of coffee. I got to sit and write in a journal. I don't care what the thing is. I got to sing 80s metal songs really loud. That may be mine. I got to do a thing because this stuff cannot come into this home.
Okay.
Because in this home, I'm bringing light into this place, man.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And then I think it's important to sit down with mom and say, hey, I need to learn your boundaries. I'm not going to just do discipline right now because I'm not her dad yet.
Okay.
When we get married and then I adopt her, then I'll be dad. But until then, I'm not there yet. And so I want to support her as best I can. And I want you to support your girlfriend best you can. So how long are y'all going to, are y'all already talking marriage? What are y'all talking?
Yeah, we're talking marriage. They're actually going to move across the state here in a couple of weeks to get back closer to her family so they can help out.
And are you going to move? Are you going to get transferred?
In a few months, I will move, yes.
Dang, so you're serious on her, huh?
I am, yeah.
When are you thinking about asking her to marry you?
I am.
When?
I don't know yet. Probably with in the next year's time, I want the girl to be more comfortable and just more accepting of the situation.
Okay. I
I
wouldn't.
don't want
It's going to be a
to.
delicate balance. I wouldn't rely on an 8-year-old's. I don't want an 8-year-old to ever feel like she's carrying the decisions of the family in that way.
Yep, I agree with that too.
And at the same time, I do want her to feel comfortable and safe, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's just you living it out every day, every day. You know what another rad thing might be? If you made a card at night and she woke up
Okay.
every morning and by her place where she sits, just said, "I'm so glad you're staying with us."
Okay. I do leave notes on. She has like a little drawing desk of like just telling her that like she's loved, she's worthy, and that she matters.
You're the man,
I
dude.
do that every once in a while.
That's dope. Do that more. Do that more.
Okay.
And then remember, sit out in your truck before you walk in the house and just say to yourself, "I'm going to bring some laughter into this house.
Okay.
I'm going to bring some joy into this house. I'm going to bring light into this house. No complaining, no whining. I'm going to bring peace into my home." And that's going to be a gift to her and her nervous system that will be years. I mean, the ROI on that's going to be infinite. It's family changing, family tree changing stuff right there, brother.
Okay.
All right, here's the deal. If you get engaged before October, I'm not pushing you and pressuring you. If you get engaged before October, I'm going to hook you up, you and your what would be then your fiance, with 2 tickets to the Money and Marriage event that I'm doing here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Okay, it's me and Rachel Cruz. You'll have to get yourself here, but it's going to be a rad weekend that will set your marriage off on the right trajectory. If y'all are engaged and y'all are down here. If y'all are just still dating, it'll just be weird. You'll be surrounded by 1,000 married people, and you'll just be like, "What's going on?" But if you want in on it, dude, I'll support your new adventure here. It's awesome. Thank you for showing up for a single mom who needed some help. And thank you for keeping your head on straight that I'm not this girl's dad, and I want to do this thing right. Appreciate you, my brother. Now get on with getting married. It's time. Just kidding. It's only 7 months. Take a breather.